Hello guys and welcome here. So in this video we are going to talk about the DSTDEV function inside of Microsoft Excel. So this function is used to estimate the standard deviation of a certain population on a sample by using the numbers in a certain field or column. So in our case it's going to be in this column right here. Alright, so this function contains three arguments. So we have the database that will be here. We have the field that in our case is going to be the quantity, and finally we have the criteria, which is the conditions. To be able to work with, well, what exactly does this function? So pretty simple. It's going to look, so let's say we want our field to be quantity. So we want the column that is returned to be quantity. So we are going to ask Microsoft Excel to look inside of this database. Once it's looked inside of this database, we want it to find all the cars that respect those conditions right here. So we want a car to be green, we want the price to be higher than 5,000, we want the weight to be less than 2,000. And once it has found all the cars, we want it to identify the quantity. So to return the quantity right here. Once it has returned the quantity, we want it to calculate the standard deviation of it, of all the quantities that have been found. So this is how this function, this is what exactly this function do. It will calculate the standard deviation of all the quantities, of all the, well, not quantities, but of all the fields, which this is an example of a field, that respect these conditions inside of this database. So let's write this function so you'll understand a little bit better. So we'll start with an equal sign, and then we're simply going to write down DSTDEV. Once it's done, we can open up our parentheses. And the first argument, as I said, is going to be database. So we can just select our database right here. Then we add a comma. And then we need to write the field. So our field will be quantity. Once it's done, the last element will be the criteria. So here it is. We can select our criteria, so the conditions that have to be met. Once it's all done, we can close our parentheses and run our function. And just like that, we have the standard deviation of the elements that, well, of all the cars that respect those arguments right here. So in this case, it's going to be this car right there, this car right there, and this car right there. So all the cars respect those conditions. So we have the standard deviation of the numbers that have been generated right here. So if we refresh the page, now it's divided by 0. So depending on the answer that you receive, well, of if it's respected or no, you will receive a certain standard deviation. So here, for example, we have this car respects those conditions, this car respects those conditions as well, and this car respects those conditions, so it can calculate the standard deviation. So this is how it this function works. So if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, if you like Microsoft Excel, don't forget to check the link down below and find all my courses about the topic. And see you in another of my videos.